Here is the expanded story. As 1847 dawned on Vienna's General Hospital, the city teetered on chaos, and the maternity wards were ablaze with fever and infection. Childbed fever, a scourge of unknown origin, ravaged hospitals and orphan asylums, leaving behind a trail of despair and death. Pregnant women, once full of hope and promise, succumbed to this silent killer, their bodies ravaged by septicemia. The medical community remained oblivious, attributing these tragedies to the natural course of childbirth. No one dared question the status quo for fear of being ostracized by the medical establishment. Amongst this backdrop of chaos and despair, a young Hungarian physician named Ignaz Semmelweis arrived at the General Hospital, eager to prove himself. Semmelweis was an outsider, a Jew in predominantly Christian Vienna, but his intellect and dedication earned him a place among the hospital's esteemed medical staff. As he delved deeper into the mysteries of childbed fever, Semmelweis became convinced that the conventional wisdom was wrong, and the true cause of this silent killer lay elsewhere. Semmelweis' journey began with a sense of purpose driven by a deep-seated desire to understand the mysteries of childbed fever. His eyes scanned the hospital's wards, taking in the endless stream of women, their bodies racked with pain and fever. He observed doctors and midwives, their faces a mask of calm, as they went about their duties, seemingly impervious to the suffering around them. As Semmelweis worked tirelessly to unravel the enigma of childbed fever, he became increasingly convinced that the key to unlocking its secrets lay not in the patient's body but in the hands of those who cared for them. He noticed that doctors who attended deliveries and then went on to attend other patients, often without washing their hands. Conversely, midwives who only attended deliveries and did not interact with other patients showed a much lower mortality rate. Semmelweis' observations sparked a burning question within him: was the true cause of childbed fever the result rather than a cause? Did the disease spread from one patient to another through the hands of those who cared for them? The more he pondered this question, the more convinced he became that his hypothesis was correct. Despite the prevailing medical wisdom, Semmelweis was undeterred. He began to push for the implementation of hand hygiene protocols, insisting that doctors and midwives wash their hands with soap and water before attending to patients. His peers, however, laughed at his ideas and dismissed him as a naive outsider. As the months passed, Semmelweis' crusade gained momentum, but so too did the resistance he faced from his colleagues. The hospital's hierarchy, convinced that the status quo was correct, did everything in their power to discredit him. They pitted Semmelweis against the midwives, accusing him of being anti-midwife and pro-doctor. The medical community turned against him, and Semmelweis found himself isolated and alone in his fight. Despite the odds against him, Semmelweis refused to back down. He continued his tireless advocacy, poring over medical texts and conducting his own research. His persistence eventually paid off as the hospital's authorities began to take notice of his work. They invited him to present his findings at a medical conference, where he presented his groundbreaking research on the importance of hand hygiene in preventing childbed fever. The presentation was met with a mixture of shock and awe as the medical community began to grasp just how much Semmelweis' work had shed light on the true nature of childbed fever. The unchallenged conventional wisdom was slowly being dismantled, and Semmelweis' name became synonymous with the dawn of a new era in medicine. As the years passed, Semmelweis' work continued to bear fruit. The implementation of hand hygiene protocols became the standard practice in hospitals and clinics across the world. Childbed fever, once the silent killer of countless women, Semmelweis' journey, though fraught with challenge and controversy, had paved the way for a revolution in medicine. His unwavering dedication to his work and refusal to bow down before the gods of medicine had changed the course of history forever. In the end, it was not just Semmelweis' intellect or his determination that had made him a hero, but his unwavering commitment to the truth. He had dared to challenge the conventional wisdom, and in doing so had opened the doors to a new era in medicine. As the world looked back on his work, it was clear that Ignaz Semmelweis had left an indelible mark on the face of medical history.